Welcome back, everyone. Mr. Noble here. Going to go over section 11.6 Venn diagrams for our probability unit. Now, the probabilities that come out of this lesson are not too in-depth. However, you have to have the correct Venn diagram in order to get the correct probabilities. So we're going to make sure we take time going through these Venn diagrams, being able to draw them before we send you off and allow you to start working on the problems themselves. All right, so let's get this going. We're going to draw a Venn diagram here to model this following information. We got 100 people who were surveyed as to the type of pizza they preferred. We've got places like Aurelio's, Giordano's, and San Fratello's. San Fratello's not open anymore. It used to be a local place in Glenwood. Unfortunately, they have not been able to survive over the years, but they still make it into our survey that we use for our information. All right, so as I look at this, I see three things: Aurelio's, Giordano's, and San Fratello's, an A, G, and an S. Now that tells me right off the bat that I'm probably dealing with a triple Venn diagram. So I'm going to go over here to the side and I'm going to draw three interlocking circles over here. Okay? The bigger you do it, the easier it's going to work. You want to make sure that your intersections are decent sized so everything will work out pretty well, because we're going to start to fill in numbers in each of those places. I'm going to go ahead and label my bubbles. Aurelio's there. How about we put San Fratello's over here on the side? Better make that S a little bit better. And then how about our Giordano's down in this area? Okay, so I have always found over the years the easiest way to do this is to start on the inside and work our way out. So instead of starting with 45 who liked Aurelio's, we want to go down here to the bottom where it says 8 liked all three, right here. And we know that that has to go in the center of this diagram, 8 right there. It's interlocking all three of the circles. Then we're going to move our way up. 20 like Giordano's and San Fratello's. Now, the big mistake that people make right here is they try to throw a 20 right in here. Well, that's where the mistake occurs right off the bat, because that would tell you that there's a total of 20 people. So what we want to do is we want to back that out of there, and we want to put a 20 in an addition format. So if I have 8 total so far, but I need to get to 20, that must mean that I am going to need, in that bubble, and I picked the wrong bubble, I should have put it over here anyway, I need a 12. Okay, Giordano's, San Fratello's, 12, that gives me a total of 20. Moving up another line, I need 19 like Aurelio's and San Fratello's. Okay, so I'm talking about this one right here. Okay, make sure I get that right this time. So Aurelio's and San Fratello's, and I need a total of 19, which would tell me then, by subtraction, that I have to put an 11 in that bubble. Next up, we've got our Aurelio's and Giordano's. We need 22 of them. I still see my 8, so that would have to give me a total of 14 to go there. Next up, moving up the line, 47 like San Fratello's. Now you have to take a look. The bubble already has in it a 12 and 8 for 20, plus 11 more for 31. And if I have 31 so far and I need a total of 47, that would give me a leftover of 16 who like San Fratello's only. Now there's 47 that like it, but some like a combination of different ones. So moving up to our Giordano's, we have a 12 and an 8 for a 20. And a 14 for a 34, but I need to get to 52, so that has to be 18 remaining. And then Aurelio's, we need 45, 14 and 8 is 22, with an 11 gets us to 33, so that gives us a 12. Now, at this point, anytime I get to this point in the computation, I like to take out a calculator and add all the numbers up. So 12 plus 14 plus 8 plus 11 plus 18 plus 12 plus 16. And I come up with a total of 91. But wait, there was 100 people in the survey. That must mean that some people in this survey didn't like anything, so we're going to put those people over here and make a note that this is none. Okay? 9 people didn't like any of these three types of pizza. Okay? All right, now that we have our correct Venn diagram drawn, we can now go and answer some of our questions about the Venn diagram. Venn diagram's wrong, we're probably not getting too many questions below correct. Okay, first one, liked Aurelio's or San Fratello's? Aurelios or Sanfrantellos. So then what I like to do is I like to go and look at all the bubbles, and I basically need to cover up the 18. Okay? So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and cover that up, because those people don't like Aurelios Sanfrantellos. So now if I add up what's remaining right here, I get a 12 plus a 14 plus an 8 plus an 11 plus a 12 plus a 16. I've got 73. Okay? So my total, and before I do anything else, I'm going to back that scribble off. I've got 73 out of 100 like Aurelios or Sanfrantellos. Notice that or, coming back from yesterday's lesson, the or increases our chance of getting a winner. Okay, next. Like Aurelios, but not Sanfrantellos. Aurelios, but not Sanfrantellos. So I'm looking only at the Aurelios circle right now, but they can't like Sanfrantellos. So I'm going to scribble here and scribble here. Okay? Which then lends me to believe those people like Aurelios. The two scribbles are people who don't like Sanfrantellos, who like Sanfrantellos. They're not allowed to like it because they like Aurelios. So back those out of there first. And you can see that that comes out to a total of 26 out of 100, which that one can nicely be reduced down to 13 out of 50. Next, they step it up a little bit here with example 3, or example C. Like to Giordano's, given that they did not like Aurelios. All right. Anytime we see given that, this is a denominator change. The number in our group is going down. So the chance of this happening is going to get better because there's not as many in our subgroup. So like Giordano's, given that they did not like Aurelios. Okay? They did not like Aurelios. Okay? So let's think about this a minute. If they didn't like Aurelios, that means we need to look at all of those other people. And now if I'm looking at that, I'm seeing an 18 plus a 12 plus a 16 right across the bottom there, plus the 9. Okay, so let me go and underline this real quick. They don't like Aurelios. They don't like Aurelios. They don't like Aurelios. And they don't like Aurelios either. All those other people like Aurelios. So they're not in our group. So my denominator is going to change, and when I added those up, I came up with a total of 55. Okay? All right, so let's put that out of 55. And now, like Giordano's. Well, I see an 18 and a 12 for a 30, which can be reduced down to a nice total of 6 out of 11. Okay, so anytime we get that given that, we've got to reduce our subgroup. All right, so let's grab the small eraser real quick and erase the underlines that I used for that problem. Kind of a nice technique you can use when you're doing these problems is once you get your Venn diagram correct, make sure it's in pen so you can reuse it for different problems. Okay, letter D. Liked Giordano's and Aurelios, given that they liked Giordano's or Aurelios. Liked Giordano's or Aurelios. So they can't like Sanfrantellos. Basically what I'm seeing here. Liked Giordano's and Aurelios, given that they liked Giordano's or Aurelios. Okay, so anybody who likes Sanfrantellos only, or those other weird people out here on the side that didn't like anything, they're out, which is changing my subgroup to become a total of 75, because I see a 9 and a 16 for a 25. So this one's got to be out of 75. Now, Giordano's and Aurelios. Well, we have to look for the intersection, the overlapping of those bubbles here. Okay, and I can see a 14 and an 8. I'll put a little dot here in green, so I see this 14 and this 8. You can see that those two like both. So 22 out of 75. No reducing on that one. Okay. Now, here's what I would like you to do. I'd like you to take out the worksheet number 6. And you will see that at the top of worksheet number 6, there are 4 questions. And for number 1 to 4, it says draw a Venn diagram for each problem. I would highly recommend you go and do that right now. Pause the video, come back in a few minutes, and I will go through how I came up with those Venn diagrams. This way, we'll all be on the same page, we'll have the same answers, and we can go answer questions 5, 6, 7, and 8, because 5 will go with number 1, 6 will go with number 2, 7 will go with number 3, and 8 will go with number 4. Okay? All right, so pause video for a second, and then we're going to go through and start up how to complete the Venn diagrams for numbers 1 to 4. All right, welcome back. You've taken a minute or so, a couple minutes, whatever you needed, to go through and draw these Venn diagrams to make sure that we're all on the same page and they're all correct. Okay, so let's start this out. So for number 1, we know that we've got 3 sports going here. We've got football, basketball, and soccer. So 3 bubbles, like so. Nice intersections. You know what? That's not going to be big enough. Let's see if we make this a little bit bigger this time. Make some bigger circles here. There. A little bit bigger intersection. This will make it easier to write our numbers in. All right, let's label them here. How about we put some football up here at the top, basketball on the right, and our soccer down here on the bottom left. Okay, starting on the inside and working our way out. We have 2 that liked all 3 of them, right in the middle. Then above that, we have 8 liking basketball and soccer. So we can't put an 8 in there. We've got to put basketball and soccer. Got to be a 6 to total 8. Then next up, working backwards, 9 playing football and soccer. So how about a 7 in that group? And then the other double combination, football and basketball. And that's a 7, giving us a total of 5. Uh-oh. It appears that I have put something in the wrong place. Not a problem. If we make a mistake, we go back, do the quick erase. And which one did I put in the wrong place? Looks like I put the football and basketball in the wrong place. So football, basketball should be the 5. Ah, I see. I twisted my drawing a little bit. So this one's our 5, football, basketball, making 7. Also erasing. A small eraser here. Football, soccer is a 9, so that one is correct at a 7. Make sure. And a 6 down here to get that. All right, there we go. Now, in our football only subgroup, I'm sorry, let's go in order. Let's go in our soccer only subgroup. We need 35. I see that I have 15, so it looks like our soccer should have a 20. Our basketball, we've got 38. I see a total right now of 8 and 5 for 13, so 25 remaining for only basketball. And our football, I see 49 on the sheet, which gives me a 14, adding the 7, the 2, and the 5, so we need a 35 right in there. Now, again, before I do anything else, let's add up the numbers and see if there's any that didn't like anything like we saw in our previous example. 20 plus 6 plus 25 plus 7 plus 2 plus 5 plus 35. I got 100, so there are none on the outside of this bubble. Okay, going over to number 2. Number 2, 20 boys went to a picnic. 5 got sunburned, 8 were bitten by mosquitoes, and 10 did not get anything. 5, 8, and 10. 5 plus 8 plus 10 is 23. There's only 20 people that went to the picnic. So some people had to have gotten multiple things. All right? So you know it sounds like a triple Venn, but I'm going to start with a double Venn diagram like so. And there are 10 people that got nothing. I'm going to put them out here on the side. No mishaps for those people whatsoever. So that tells me that 10 people got the good things of sunburn or mosquitoes. Well, 5 plus 8 in the problem gives us 13, but we only have 10, so there must be an overlap of 3. Now, let's label our bubbles as we have done in the past. Here's our sunburn. Here's our mosquitoes. Okay, mosquitoes, we had 8 bitten, but I'm showing that 3 had both. There's 5. And then if we have our sunburn total 5, that must be a 2. And now if I do my calculations, which this one should go pretty quick, 2 plus 3 plus 5 is 10, adds up with the other 10. There's our 20 that's in our group. Okay. All right. Moving on to this next one, number 3, 115 people surveyed. And we have in this one, times, guardian, and star. Okay. Sounds like a triple Venn. 1, 2, 3. About the times, the guardian, and the star. Working our way from the back to the front. We've got a 5 for reading all 3 of them. Let's see. Next up, going backwards, 13 read the times and the star. So how about an 8? Giving us our total of 13. Remember, it has to add up to 13. 7, read the guardian and the star. So that would tell me guardian and star. So a 2 in that bubble. And then the times and the guardian. We've got 20 of them. I already see a 5. So this must give us a 15. Then if we go over here to the next one, we have 37 reading the star. I see a total of 8 and 2 for 10, plus 5 for 15. We need 37, so that should be a 22. The guardian, I'm seeing that we have 40 of them. I see 22 total, so 18. And then lastly, on the times, we've got 60. I see 28, so it sounds like we need a 32. All right, again, quick going to the calculator to double check. I see a 32 plus an 8 plus a 22 plus a 5 plus a 2 plus a 15 plus an 18 at 102. So if I have 102, what is that telling me about the remainder of these? We must have some people on the outside. All right, so we're back. I forgot to put my 13 on the outside right here, so we'll throw that down there. Okay, ooh, wrong spot. This problem right over there. Okay, and then our last one that we have is our rap and EDM music problem. Problem number 4, 30 seniors, 22 like rap, and 13 like EDM, and 2 like neither. So this is a double then on number 4. Put this right down here. Circle, circle. So we've got 2 right off the bat like neither. Put those on the outside. Okay, that takes us down to a total of 28 if we've already taken 2 out of the group. But if I take 22 and 12 and add those together, I'm at 34. That's more than 28. How much more than 28? 6. So that is our overlap right there. And then we can put our rap on the left, our EDM on the right, and the rap music would total 22. So that's got to be a 16 to get us up to there. And then lastly, with the EDM, we have 6 to get us to our 12. 6 and 6 is 12, plus 16 is 28, plus the 2 gets us to a grand total of 30. All right, so there are the Venn diagrams for 14.6. Make sure you have those correct before you go and start answering 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, we will catch back up with you in a bit.